Stream elements. Said. Gamersledge is now live, streaming talk shows and podcasts. Gamersledge Podcast EP 353 Spiderman Fortnite Matrix.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gamersledge. I'm one of your hosts, Mark, and joining me tonight is, of course, our merry band of misfits. Starting off with Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hello.
And also joining us is Dave. Hi, Dave.
You scared the hell out of me.
Hello.
I wasn't ready.
Nice. And the person who was ready, because he was waiting like a rabid dog for the intro to end, was Yakamoto Joe.
And what podcast comes before this one? Because it takes forever.
So, what's up, Mafia? Thanks for joining us. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. So the answer is Twitch realigned their advertising. So if you run a 1 minute, 30-second commercial at the beginning of the stream when we're doing the starting soon, then you have 45 minutes of no commercials. As people join, like Mafia, didn't have to watch a commercial when he came in. So that's the whole point of doing it. So yes, it takes like 5 minutes, but at the same time, trying to think of the stream, the people on the stream. And then, of course, last but not least, joining us all the way from his hoarding library, it's Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm fairly sure that there are at least some kind of body parts somewhere behind some of those books. You're on mute. You muted yourself immediately after saying how you doing.
Yep. As much as I deal in minis and stuff, there's body parts sitting on my table.
Nice. Nice. That's 100% true. True story. We have so much to talk about, but before we get to our normal of going through what we've watched and said and done, let's just get Spider-Man No Way Home out of the way. 3 of us have seen it, 2 of us have not. And this is going to be a spoiler-free, and there's not much we can say because most of the movie is spoilers. So what I will say is this was the best theater experience I have had since Endgame. I thought the writing was super tight. The characters had time to develop and interact, and it was beautiful. And whatever you think this movie is from the trailers, it is not that movie, and I love it. And that's the short version of what I would say. Should you spend your money and time to go see it? 1,000% yes. Are there caveats to that? Yes. But I can't talk about them. So what are you going to do?
You're welcome, folks.
Yeah, Dan.
My life situation is causing this problem.
Daniel, how about you?
So I went and saw it, and I have 2.8 teenagers who went with me, and my partner, who is while she watches the Marvel movie, she's not an expert in Marvel by any means. But she and I have been fans of Spider-Man, specifically in cinema form, for a while, and this is my favorite Marvel movie of all of the Marvel movies that have come out for a lot of reasons, and there's a lot to unpack from it. So I agree absolutely that not only do I think this is a good Spider-Man movie, I think this is a good Marvel movie and a good movie. So I highly suggest, if you're able to see it, how you're able to see it.
Rick says, Matt and Dave, I could tell you, but you'd have to kill me. Yes? And yes, that would be correct. Yes. So, Joe, what about you?
Okay, so my spoiler-free review is I saw a movie yesterday, and it was almost 3 hours long. And it had a beginning and a middle and an end. That's my spoiler-free review of Spider-Man, guys. That's,
okay, 1, 2, or 3 post-credit scenes.
2.
2.
2 post-credit scenes. And don't worry, Mafia. We are a 1,000% spoiler-free zone. We're not going to spoil it for anyone.
Question for Joe though: did you actually like it? Because not gonna like single you out here, but. So I tend to not like things.
I will say, Joe, answer this, but do not answer why.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, I do like it. I like it a lot.
All I need to know. You can stop now.
Okay.
But I probably don't like it as much as everybody else. I mean, I get it.
That's a given.
I get why people do like it. I don't know if I like it as much as everybody. But
I mean, I don't like
anything. So,
all right, you guys have a good night. I'll take care.
I mean, when I say that, I mean that as, I mean, I still really do like it. I mean, in terms of like Marvel movies, you've got like, for me, Endgame was like up here, and then Spider-Man's like, it's like right there. I mean, it's really good. I mean, compared to like most of the other Marvel movies out there. Let me take it back. Ranking Marvel movies, it's probably like my second favorite Marvel movie, maybe second or third. It's in there. It's like top 5 though, for sure.
And I will say that the writing, pacing, and directing is on point.
It's impressive. It's impressive what they get done in 3 hours. It really is.
They packed so much into this movie that if it was any other movie, I think it would have fallen apart.
Mark, so that we don't get spoilery. I mean, what's considered off limits? Because I mean, there are posters that are. I mean, you can't walk into a movie theater without seeing certain posters.
Well, anything that's not in the trailers is a spoiler. Is the short answer. And there's a lot that's not in the trailers.
Okay, so you have Doc Ock is in the trailer. Yes.
Yes. But be careful, Matt will stare a hole through your soul if you go much farther.
Well,
so what's everybody been playing?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm just impressed at what they. I mean, it's like it's what we were talking about earlier today, Mark.
But you can't say that other part because I agree with you.
Can we be more impressed that Dave was actually like on point of getting the show back on track?
Yeah, and he's been drinking from the bottle.
What do you guys been playing? Let's talk about this.
So let's go around and talk about what everybody has been playing. So let's start with you, Dan, because you're the lightest of the playing.
Is this playing/watching, or is that a different conversation?
Yeah, playing/watching.
Okay, so and the reason I say that is because I don't play very much. The expansion for Final Fantasy XIV came out just a little bit ago. So when I can log in, which is very rarely, I'm looking at counts between 1,300 and 6,500 players, and usually between 30 and 2-hour wait times. Many people drop out of that because many people drop out of the waiting but I wanted to be able to report how long the wait times are. You were saying?
Did you see they actually stopped selling the game again?
No, I didn't see that. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that on and off, but most of my time and prep work goes into designing 3D prints for 3D printing stuff for games and prepping and painting minis and stuff. So that's what most of my time has been. However, and I'm sure we'll get into it, but Expanse started, so we have been watching season 6 of Expanse. Wheel of Time is on, and Wheel of Time is about 3/4 of the way through the first season, and we've been watching that. Hawkeye is done next week, and so we've been watching Hawkeye.
Fortnite.
Oh, and I have been playing Fortnite a little bit because I have a Fortnite addict in my house and across the internet that I'm looking at right now. But I'm also the type that spends money on Fortnite, even though I only play it probably once a week or whatever. But yeah, that's me.
Joe, how about you?
Well, I haven't been on since before Thanksgiving, so I went and took advantage of a lot of Black Friday sales. Ubisoft always does their liquidation of all their new games right after Thanksgiving, and so I bought Far Cry for like $25 or $30 or something like that. It's fine. It's a Ubisoft game. And then I bought Deathloop for like $20-$25 or something like that. That was awesome.
That's a steal. That's a great game for that.
It was a huge steal. I suck at the game, but I'm having fun with it. There's a lot of different. I appreciate all the different ways you can play the game. I think that's really cool. I just need to get better at it. And then I bought that stupid Avengers game for $10.
I will say this. I have gone back to it a couple times. It is better, but it is still...
Is it? Okay.
It's still not, like... It's not Division 1 better, if that makes sense, when they took that huge, period of time to make it better. It's a lot better, but it's still not where I think it needs to be, but it's getting closer. It has raids. It has things for you to do in endgame. Also, Caxip06, welcome to the stream. Cadina, welcome to the stream as well. But yeah, I think it's getting there, but I still don't think that it's ever going to get to the division levels of playership again.
And that's why I bought it, though. I was like, man, for $10, I mean, I remember playing like the beta and when it first came out, I'm like, it's not like Destiny or anything like that but there's something about it. There was like a thing that, I was like, ooh, and so I was like, man, for $10, even if I play it for like, 10, 15 hours or something like that, or if I play through the story single player or whatever, I'll probably get my money's worth out of it, I think. So, I'm okay with that. Let me
know if you need a team up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely. I mean, I bought it initially to play with people. So, but yeah, absolutely. And then watching, I saw a sneak peek of Kingsman Tuesday, and so that's
scale 1 to 10.
Movie. For me, it was like a 5, maybe a 6. I don't know. It's if you go in expecting it to be Kingsman 1 or 2, I feel like you're going to walk out disappointed.
Now, why would people go in expecting that?
I don't know.
I mean, clearly this is only about the King's Man. Totally,
it's only good when you have King's Men,
right?
Yes. But I don't know. I mean, I went in expecting like the whimsical, the crazy action and stuff like that. And there's parts of it in there. It wants to be the Kingsman movies, but then it kind of like pulls itself back and it tries to take itself kind of seriously and tell a serious story. And it's still action packed and stuff, but if you go in expecting it to be like funny and James Bondy and stuff like that, probably not going to enjoy it that as much as like another, the other Kingsman movies. And then saw Spiderman. I just got done watching the first episode of Witcher. Pretty good out of the gate. Yeah, it's pretty good. What else? I don't know what's happening to you guys. I started watching the British Baking Show.
No, it's great. It's freaking great.
I don't know what's going on with my life. It's weird. I was just like sitting down one day and I'm like, because my wife, she always watches it, and I'm like, whatever. And I clicked it on and I'm like, huh. And I just kind of like sat in the chair and
it's like professional wrestling. You can just kind of zone out to it at times, and it's entertaining, but it's not like you have to think really hard about it. And it's really it. I mean, we watch it all the time, and wrestling. So.
Yeah. Paul's a heel.
100%. 100%. Paul's a heel.
The only thing I don't like about it is I don't like watching old people eat. It's weird. It grosses me out. And so, like, whenever Mary, because I was like, well, if I'm going to watch this, I'm going to watch it chronologically, because how else would I watch it? So I went back and started at the beginning, and it's just like every time Mary Berry picks up a thing, you're just like, ew, weird. She's like sitting there like trying to eat her food, and it's like
it's just so moist.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. Moist.
Fantastic.
It's just so moist.
Soggy bottoms.
Gross.
Dave, how about you?
So I beat Animal Crossing.
Wait, you can do that? I didn't think that was the possible thing.
Sort of. There is a semi kind of ish for the DLC content. Like there's an end goal.
Do credits play?
Did they?
Oh, he's going to have to do it again now to double check.
No, I mean, credits play once a week when you get the song from the dog, which I guess is kind of the first goal of the island of the game, but you can get that pretty never mind. I don't know. So there's a goal you can do which sets off like a rave basically, and with just animals going crazy.
Dropping Molly.
And your character learns how to fist bump. Exactly. And there's like this really, there's things you learn a bunch of dance moves, and you can just do that. And then like every Sunday, what? This is serious stuff.
Actually, I kind of want to go back to Animal Crossing now.
Yeah, it's
every Sunday Dave drops acid and starts his Animal Crossing.
Dude, it's annoying how much fun I have with that game, and even more annoying how much time I've sunk into it.
Yeah, what was your count there? 583 hours or something?
For the year, yeah, which was down from last year.
I don't think I've been on the like menu screen of the PS5 for 500.
Dude, it's an illness. It's literally like it's my cooldown for the day. Like after work, I play and I do my little puttering around where I just like check out the new stuff and get stuff and try and get the artwork and whatever is going on. I just complete the little tasks and stuff like that. And it's just my little wind down for the day, and so I do that. So, but it's fun. There's little new things to learn in it. There's all kinds of neat little things you do. Like I have Nine Inch Nails, album covers, decorating stuff in the game, so it's like I have this chair outside, and the pillow on the chair is Pretty Hate Machine's album cover, because that's what I do. And I have Nine Inch Nails hats and stuff like that I wear. It's all good stuff. But in addition to that, I'm playing something new.
What are you playing new?
Like actually new or just new to you?
No, actually new. I mean, it might be new to me because it might have been available somewhere else first. But it just dropped on the Switch. It's called Dungeon Munchies.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw it. I totally want it.
Yeah, it's so let me just describe what the game's about and see if you can pick out the reason why I picked it up. So you play a zombie who is working for a necromancer. That's a chef, is teaching you how to cook. You have to use your combat techniques to gain all of your materials to cook, and you learn new recipes. The recipes then give you bonuses. So it's basically kind of like an action RPG. And you can stack food in your stomach for you can pick and choose a series of stackable abilities, powers, buffs, whatever. They all do different stuff. And then you tackle the game, which has a pretty quirky story that seems to be about there's no humans left. So there's this necromancer who keeps bringing up zombies to try and teach how to cook and do stuff that's going against this other person. And there's mystery around who this other person might be, who is breeding sentient vegetables.
This is the worst description of a game that I have ever heard ever.
I feel like you're just picking words out of
he's word scrambling the entire description together.
It seems like it, right?
Dave.
What?
I have a question for you.
Yes, I have an answer for you.
Is this a wide, roundabout way of saying that you have found a Plants vs. Zombies prequel?
Thank you, Daniel. That is exactly the vibe that I was getting, and I wasn't sure how to articulate it.
Yeah, it's got a lighthearted vibe to it. It's pretty funny. There's a lot of funny dialogue and everything in it. So I'm enjoying that. It's very, it's a very lighthearted game. Um, but yeah, it's what?
Rick, get out of my chat with these puns. It's fantastic. Literally a drop-down menu. This is why we're friends on Twitter, because we've been
Nice.
doing this all day today on like 4 different threads, and everyone's screaming at us to stop with the puns. Yeah, sorry.
But but yeah, it's a fun game. It's 2D. It's like, got that classic art style. Um, Lots of like, it's almost like the gameplay almost feels kind of like roguelike in a way, like a Dead Cells where you're kind of like doing like a loadout of your choosing with weapons and stuff like that, and you can have different types of weapons and thing to tackle the game. But I don't think there's really it's not like as precise as Dead Cells. It comes to that. It's definitely more lighthearted than that, and there's definitely more of a story, to it. So I'm curious.
How far are you? How many hours have you logged so far?
I don't know. I've put in a good few hours.
What would you give it out of 10, just as a, as an indicator? Should people spend their time on it, buy it?
It's tough because the gameplay is not like the most. It's not gonna like blow you away in any way, shape, or form, but it's got a quirky mix of stuff that's kind of like specific to me. So I don't know how well I can recommend this game. If you like quirky action RPG-ish stuff that involves cooking and dead people, wow, that's not a mix that, God, it's a very tough game to describe.
Yeah, I get it. What would you give it for your own personal score?
My own personal score, I'm giving it a solid 8. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's like, the control's a little bit loose at points. So like if you're trying to make like, jumps and stuff, it's a little slidey, it feels a little slippery, but at the same time, it's not, it's very forgiving so far. So it's like, you have a lot of checkpoints and stuff like that. It's, it seems like it's not trying to like really, really kill you. So it's a lot of fun, but it's a very quirky game. One of those things that nice, fun diversion, if you're in the middle of stuff or you want something that's just like a quick pick up and play kind of thing. I'm big on those right now. So, because I spent too much time on Animal Crossing.
Anything else you played or watched?
Watching Hawkeye. I really like the Hawkeye. So that show's going pretty good. I'm reading the Dune books. So that's been, a big part of my downtime lately.
Where are you?
I'm into the 3rd book, Children of Dune.
Nice. I am just finishing up Messiah again.
Yeah. It's the 3rd one. Yeah, it's definitely going places. And I'm about a little past halfway through that one now. Messiah was a super quick read.
Especially after Dune.
Yes. Children goes right back to where Dune was now.
Nice.
So it's not, I heard what everybody has told me, Messiah is the oddball when it comes to, being a quick page turner. Children of Dune is back to being, pretty dense. There's a lot of good stuff in it, especially if you like the, I guess like the political intrigue, parts of Dune. There's definitely a lot of that, and it sounds like I'm getting into the, the real meat of the book now. So it's pretty good stuff. I've definitely been enjoying this run because I never read past the first one before. I was like that with the series. I would read like the first book and be like, oh, cool, and because like most of the time, like that's the only movie you got, so like I wanted to have enough to compare stuff. So I was like, I'd read the first Dune. I read the first, what was that one? The writer's like a piece of crap. So like people don't want to touch the stuff anymore. Ender's Game.
Orson Scott Card.
Yeah. So like, I read Ender's Game, so I could compare that to the movie and stuff. But there's like other Ender's books that, I heard are pretty decent. or get weird. I forget which.
It's a trilogy.
So-
Gets weird. It's a
Yeah,
trilogy.
it's a
Well,
trilogy.
actually,
but there's
it's
a lot in the series.
heptology now. I think there's
Yeah.
7 books now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that go into other characters and other stories.
like-
There-
Well, no, I mean,
There were 3 main ones to start, and then they expanded on it.
and now there's 3 or 4 more just Ender books too. So
Oh,
they're
really?
actually yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's weird.
Oh yeah, you
I
see
like
that's
that game that they did.
Ender's Game?
No, no, the Orson Scott Card game that came out on Xbox like a million years ago.
the card game.
No, it was a game based off of an Orson. It was a Metroidvania game.
Oh.
It was the sci-fi one, right? Where the armor. Dave, your favorite game?
Advent Rising?
No.
No. That's
Dark-
a great. I love that game.
Dark-
but no,
Dark something.
Shadow Complex?
There you go. Yeah,
Shadow
that one.
Complex. That's
Shadow
the
Complex.
one. I love that game.
Oh, Shadow Complex was based off.
I never knew that. Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't
wow.
know that.
I'd forgotten that.
Yeah, because
but
people
yeah.
were trying to get the game pulled off of.
Oh, yeah,
the
because
network.
of his
That's
stances.
don't blame the game. That game was
Yeah,
great.
no, it is.
It was fantastic. I love it. I'll play it every
I
year.
never
so I'll
put
pull it
that
out.
together that was
Yeah, I did not.
It's-
I didn't. Even
Jason
know that.
must find and rescue Claire.
And to be clear, just to everyone, Orson Scott Card is Latter-day Saints, and his beliefs are based on his faith, and that is what people take issue with. Just to clarify, if anyone
Yeah.
wasn't aware, it's not like he's out raping kids or something.
Oh boy! All right.
Okay.
Well, you say piece of shit, and that has a lot of connotations, right? So just to clarify,
Well, I thought
which
it was
type
like
of-
I made the mistake. I thought it had to do with like racism or something like that.
No. it
well,
was-
no, it's
Views on-
religious-based views on
yeah,
stuff.
partners
Mhm.
and stuff.
Yeah, I know a kid in high school that was a part of that, and his parents messed him up.
What else did you play or watch, Dave?
I thought I watched something, but I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm not remembering anything right
By
now.
process of elimination, Matt.
All right, so watching Hawkeye, but I am about 2 episodes behind. So it's that whole trying to coordinate everybody at home at the same time to watch something. It's just blah blah blah.
Wait a minute. So you're. This is frustrating. You're 2 episodes behind on Hawkeye.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. No, I know stuff has happened. I've gotten that much from the ads and reviews and stuff that I've had to dodge very
Yeah.
deftly.
But you're 2 episodes behind, and Mark is 5, and there's only 5.
Yes,
out, so
But I can't say. I can't say nothing. Go ahead.
Right.
What else, Matt?
I've been watching The Rookie, aka Nathan Fillion, the show. Yeah, I don't know. This season's been better than the last one, but it's still kind of weird. You know, it kind of started out trying to be semi-realistic, and it's done some kind of stupid, weird, fantastical things now that are just kind of weird, but it's mostly entertaining. So, meh.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh.
That was The Rookie?
Yeah.
Does anyone care if there's a spoiler for that show?
Nope, I am caught up.
I
No,
don't care.
I'm
I
going
don't
to
care.
ask you a question. What is unrealistic and fantastical that might draw me to actually watch that show?
A squad of cops from LA blackmail an unlisted government agency to sneak them into Guatemala so they can storm a drug lord's compound to rescue somebody.
Never mind.
That's
You're
that sentence plus Nathan Fillion, the rookie. Not 2 things I would have put together ever. Maybe this is his Uncharted.
Well, that's basically kind of what I took it at. It's like he's never going to get to be Nathan Fillion. He's never going to get to be Nate. So that was his Uncharted moment there. Basically, is what that was.
Nice.
They've blackmailed a drug lord. They've Oh yeah, one of the lieutenants of the drug lord is physically incapable of sleep and somehow makes them like Ronin from Avengers like level murder machine.
It's like a shark. You're angry
Yeah, that's what this season's just been weird, yo.
because sharks don't sleep either.
And then you put them in tornadoes.
That's
And then
science.
tornadoes.
That's
Yeah.
science, kids. Just
Science.
like the
Oh, yeah.
tornadoes, you put them in tornadoes and they become
Sharknadoes, yes, we know.
Yes.
And there's like 6 of them or something. But
science.
anyway, speaking of science, I have also been still slowly scrumping my way through Breaking Bad. I think I'm out of the slump now. I think I'm into where things start getting like really good again. I mean, there's the slump where things are just good, and I think I've kind of arced back into the getting really good again part.
Yeah, I
now.
was ready to say slump.
Well, yeah, it's a relative slump. It's like, when your slump gets down to being only good, that's that kind of
That's
slump.
true. That show is, but I will say, as good as that show is,
Better Call Saul is better. I've heard that, yes, many a time.
after it gets rolling, I can understand people not thinking the first season of Better Call Saul is as good because it is very slow compared to what what happens eventually.
I mean, I have to say, I enjoy Bob Odenkirk every time he's on screen.
Okay.
They're kind of highlights of the episodes is when he pops in, and
Yeah.
between him and Mike, they're kind of my favorite characters, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
You like playing the Mike game of like how much he's been in other movies? Before you realized who he was?
He's like a bit character, yeah. Though he's like all over the place.
Like, I mean, he's been in everything.
Is it that bad?
There's been a ton of stuff. Like, I'll sit there and like look. I'm watching a movie and I'm like, hey, that's security guard. It's
So when you go to look at his IMDb page, it's like 586 entries.
my favorite is when I realized he was an airplane.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he
All
was.
right then.
He was the guy looking at the radar screen. It was like, he's all over the place. What a... And I was like, that's Mike.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so let's see.
Sorry.
We get into the other weird stuff. We watched Matrix Revelations because Mitchell hasn't seen all the Matrix movie, and with 4 coming out, I figured we needed some context. So I really don't want to do the next one because
It's not that bad.
really
Everybody
don't want to do
really tanks on it, but it's really not that bad. I mean, it's not as good as
on it, but
it's not as good as 1 or 2, but it's really not that bad.
Yeah, 2 is nowhere near as good.
especially
as
when you
1,
watch all 3 of
so
them.
back to back to back.
The only thing
Yeah,
that stinks
awesome.
about the sequels is like anything involving the real world. Like once, like I don't care about your stupid mechs and people running back and forth in ammo boxes. That's great. All this sucks. They like
Well,
that's not
you
why
have
we
to
watched.
have you had to have your 10-minute softcore pornography at the beginning of
Oh, God,
the
that was-
second one for some
I keep
reason too.
forgetting about
so,
that.
But hey, whatever.
Thanks, Mafia. Have a good evening.
I scared him away. Yes. I finished season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I really enjoyed that show. There's some wild and crazy characters in there, but the animation is
Don't put mine. And going on mute.
Sorry.
the animation's on point. The writing and acting is
Stand by
is really
one,
well done.
Matt.
1.
For some reason, the streams. Oh, there we go. You're good.
This was new.
For some reason, the Twitch feed is buffering, and I'm not sure why. So I'm waiting for it to fix on the.
I guess I'm not okay.
You're not. Like if I refresh it, it's fine for a couple seconds, but it looks
Maddie,
like
are you
it is-
okay? Are you okay, Maddie?
You are only the second person in the planet to have ever called me Maddie. But yes,
Well, it doesn't work if you don't say
It doesn't. I get it. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
funny
guy
part
in college.
is the YouNow stream is just fine, but the Twitch stream is not. Let me check the restream.
Twitch didn't update their Log4j.
Possible. Where's my stream preview here? Because I am streaming right now. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties, everybody's favorite. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to kill the... Nope, there. Nope, it's working, and then it like buffers, and then it starts going again. It's very odd. Okay, well, let's proceed like we're... Nope.
Like we're fine?
Nope, because
No, we're
Twitch
not
is
fine.
just completely gone. So give me 1 second here.